Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Studio X. I am your host, Xavier Smith, and today we are actually talking about kids. Um, to get us started, I have three kids, and I know we're at different times, and it seems like kids are just kind of all over the place. It seems like you don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to chastise them. You don't know if you should discipline them, if you should beat them, if you should talk to them, or whatever like that. I have a lot of friends who have kids, a lot of um, friends who don't have kids. Me growing up in the 90s, I don't want to get in trouble for this, because I know my mom's gonna probably watch this, but we used to get whoopings, spankings, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like it's a lost thing in today's society. A lot of parents feel like they can talk to their child. They feel like they can come across, you know, not needing to beat their child, basically. And I've heard some of the horror stories when it comes to children and getting beatings or whatever. Sometimes, I just want to just grab one of my kids but at the end of the day, I'm one of those parents where, I feel like consistency is everything. If you can talk to your child without putting your hands on them, hey, best of luck to you. I feel like, I don't know if it's a man thing or whatever, or a female thing, because I've heard that there's some women in the household that has a better way of connecting with their child, and there's some men in the household that feel like they have better ways of connecting with with their child. I will say my wife was one of the ones who kind of struggled with, you know, chastising the children or whatever. I seem to be the more authoritative person in the family, but when she gets on them, it's scary. It scares me because you don't really expect it. You never see it. She's usually very mommy like, very nice and sweet. She's loving. Daddy's more, and it seems like sometimes they take it for granted. And then all of a sudden I gotta come in, I gotta be the bad guy. You know what I mean? So I would definitely say every person's experience is going to be different with their children. I feel like if you can't talk to your child, try to convey the messages to them the best way you can. But not all children are the same. You can have one, two, three kids in your house, and they all grow up differently. You know, it has happened. We have three, and they're all different. None of them are the same. Um, Miles, he likes to play. He likes to see how much he can, how much rope you gonna give him before he try to hang himself. He gonna try you. Ala, my baby girl, she's more or less, you can talk to her about anything. She's real. She's the oldest too. You can talk to her without having to put so much on it. Junior, he's kind of the same like Ala now that he's gotten older. Because at first it wasn't always like that with Junior. But now that Junior has gotten older, he's more respectful. He's more mild mannered and whatever like that. So I'm very proud of all of them and how they've matured. But it was never easy, especially bringing up three kids in this world. And just to give you like a little bit of background, like I don't come from money or anything like that. We kind of had it rough growing up, and me and my wife, we do pretty well. We do pretty well collectively. And one of the things that I struggle with is how do we, how do I want to say this? How do we make kids who seem to have it all appreciate what they have? Because my kids, they got PlayStation 5 in there, they got tablets in there, they got, you know, all the toys. My son got monster trucks up the wazoo, you know, they have it all to me. They got way more than I had. And it's like, how do you have that balance of, you know, there's kids who don't have, and then there's kids like you guys that seem to have everything. Like, how do you teach them how to appreciate that? You know what I mean? And we tried videos and stuff like that. We tried things like even like on Blackish. We was watching Blackish one day, and it was an episode where Dre was taking them to school, and for some reason it just didn't the kids didn't appreciate that they lived in a nice home. They drove nice cars, and Dre and Bo Rainbow, they come from like poverty. They come from the hood, if you will. And a lot of times Dre would find himself like, you kids don't know how good you got it. And it's like, and answer me this in the comment section, like, how do you teach children how to have a happy balance? Like you know, hell, they got beds. There's kids out there that don't have beds. There's kids that out there that don't have, a TV to watch. There's kids out there that don't have running water, you know, and it's like, how do you teach them to appreciate everything that they have? You know what I mean? Without shoving it down their throat. You got this, you got this, because that's not how you're going to be able to teach them. To me, I don't feel like that's how you're going to be able to teach them. I love them to death. My babies, they in there right now, running around acting crazy. But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. You got parents who feel like they're the perfect parent, and it's always the people who don't have kids that feel like they can do better than the parents. Some parents got lazy days. Some parents be like, you know what? Hey, there's popcorn on the floor. I don't care. There's a banana I just stepped on. Today I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like, we all have those days where you just do not care anymore. And sometimes, they'll ask you, hey mommy, daddy, can I stay up or whatever and watch TV or whatever? Doggone well they got school in the morning. But you just be so tired. You got work, you got your husband or your wife, you got finances you're dealing with. So there's a lot going on. That's why I say, like, how do people juggle all that? Three kids, and you got inflation and everything going up. A banana costs $7. Eggs, as we saw last year, cost $8. So it's like, we all in the same boat. You know what I mean? We all live in the same life. Kids, tired. We feel like we in this rat race, and we trying to find answers to it. Nobody's perfect, man. Nobody. But like I said, this is Xavier Smith, Studio X, man. I just wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit of my experiences. And like I said, it's just my second video, so I'm definitely going to be bringing more content, more topics and stuff like that we can all dive into and talk about. And I want this to kind of be a space of healing and coaching and motivation, and as well as just letting everybody know you're not alone in this. We're all doing this. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, you guys have a blessed day. Peace.